Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about the Unit 2 Quiz 2 review. It says that a study has been done to determine whether or not attending Saturday Academy helps students raise their grade in math by 1 letter grade. The results are shown in the following table. And so we've got a two-way table here showing students who attended Saturday School Academy, those who didn't attend Saturday Academy, those with improvement, and those without improvement. So before we go any further, what I want to do is I just want to add up everybody who attended Saturday Academy, those who didn't, the total that improved, and the total that did not improve. So those who attended Saturday Academy, we had 240 total. So 190 plus 50 gives us 240. Those who didn't attend, we had 320. And then down here, we had 310 total who showed improvement and 250 who did not. And then if you look at the total number of students, we had, just take 240 and 320, we had a total of 560 total students. Now it says, based on this table, what is the probability that a student shows improvement if it is known that a student went to Saturday Academy? So this is a conditional probability. It's, if it is shown the student went to Saturday Academy, okay? So we're looking at the total number of students that showed improvement within those who went to Saturday Academy. So we know that there were 240 total that attended Saturday Academy, and of those 240, 190 improved. So the probability is going to be 190 out of 240, which is the same thing as 0.79 or 79%. Now, next one says, at South, there are 140 tennis players total on JV and varsity. 90 are male, 50 are varsity, and 35 are varsity male. Real quick, what I want to see is that 90 are male. Well, if there's 140 total, then that means that 50 are female. Okay. It says a student is selected at random. Make a Venn diagram to display this data, then find the probability of selecting a junior varsity student given the student is female. So we're going to create a Venn diagram here. This circle represents male. This circle represents varsity. Okay? So those outside of this circle are female. Those outside of this circle are junior varsity. So I'm going to start in the center. We know that there are 35 students who are varsity male. So the number right here is going to be 35. Since there are 90 male students, well, there's 35 of them right here. So that means the other 55 are right here. And then those that are varsity, we know 50 are varsity. 35 of them are right here. So that means the other 15 have to go right here. And if there's 140 total, well, I know that there are 105. If I add up 55 plus 35 plus 15, I get 105. So that means that there are 35 that are neither male nor varsity. And it says, find the probability of selecting a junior varsity student given the student is female. Well, we know that there are 50 female students in total, right? If we look at this number out here, they're neither male nor varsity. So that means they are junior varsity female, right? So if we have 50 total students that are female, 35 of them are junior varsity, then the probability of finding one that is on junior varsity given it's a female student is going to be 35 out of 50, which is the same thing as 7 out of 10 or 0.7 or 70%. Okay, so it says number 3, a local trade union consists of plumbers and electricians classified according to rank. We've got apprentices, journeymen, and masters, and then plumbers and electricians. So before I go anywhere, what I want to do is I want to add up everybody in each column and everybody in each row. So in total, we have 55 plus 25, which gives us a total of 80 apprentices, We have 40 and 40, which gives us another 80 journeymen, and then 10 and 10, which gives us 20 masters. And then if we add up the plumbers, we can see that we have 105 plumbers and 75 total electricians. Now, it says a member of the union is selected at random. Given that the person selected is an electrician, the probability that he is a master is, well, we know that there's 75 total electricians, right? And 10 of them are masters. So probability that they are a master electrician, a master given that they are an electrician, is 10 out of 75, which is the same thing as 0.133 or 13.3%. Now it says choose an American adult at random. The probability that you choose a woman is 0.52. The probability that the person you choose has a college degree is 0.39. Using this data, construct a tree diagram and find the probability of choosing A, a male with no degree, and B, a woman with a degree. So I'm going to create a tree diagram. In the beginning, we have two options. We can choose male or female. Okay, so we've got male, or I'm just going to say the same wording they had, man or woman. Now it said the probability of choosing a woman is 0.52. So that means the probability of choosing a man is 0.48. Now for each of these branches, we've got two more. We can have degree or no degree. So degree or no degree. Okay. Now it said that the probability of having a degree is 0.39. So that means the probability of having no degree is 0.61. That's going to be the same for both of these. So we need to find the probability of finding a male with no degree and a woman with a degree. So probability of a man with no degree. So the probability of a man is 0.48. Probability of no degree is 0.61. So a man with no degree would be 0.2928 or 29.28%. And then the probability of a woman is 0.52. Probability of a degree is 0.39, which is going to be equal to 0.2028 or 20.28%. Now, number 5, it says explain in your own words what the shaded region in the given Venn diagram represents. So these are elective class choices among juniors at South. So when we're doing this, we got to remember this is all the juniors at South. And we're looking at this shaded region right here. So it's outside the weight training circle, but it's inside marketing and culinary. So what we can say is these are all the juniors who take marketing and culinary, but do not take weight training. Number 6 says, May has applied to both Georgia Southern and the UNG. She thinks the probability that Georgia Southern will admit her is 0.5. The probability that UNG will admit her is 0.7. And the probability that both will admit her is 0.4. Make a Venn diagram with the probabilities given. So we've got two colleges, Georgia Southern and UNG. And remember, I'm always starting in the center. So it said that the probability that both will admit her is 0.4. So right in the center of these two is going to be 0.4. Now, if I know that the probability that Southern will admit her is 0.5, that means that everything inside this circle right here should add up to 0.5. So if we have 0.4 of it right here, that means the rest of it is over here. And so the rest of it is 0.1. So we got 0.1 right here. And the same thing applies to UNG. She knows that UNG is 0.7. Well, if we have 0.5 in this, or excuse me, 0.4 in the middle, that means 0.3 has to go right here. And then on the outside represents the probability that neither will admit her. If you add up everything inside the circles, you should get 0.8. So that means that 0.2 is left for the outside. What is the probability that neither university admits May? So we just said that this number outside represents neither. So it's going to be 0.2 or 20%. And then what is the probability that she gets into Georgia Southern but not UNG? So Georgia Southern only. Well, over here, this part represents just UNG. This represents both UNG and Georgia Southern. And this represents just Georgia Southern. So the probability of just getting into Georgia Southern is going to be 0.1 or 10%. All right, and then last page, it says below is a table that describes the age and years and the gender of students at West Chester University of Pennsylvania. A single student is to be selected to win an award. And remember, anytime we have a table like this, first thing I want to do, I want to add up everything in each column and then everything in each row. So total number of students from 14 to 17 is 12. This column's total is 77. This one is 23. And this one is 17. Total male population is 64. Total female is 65. And then the total student population altogether is 129. Part A says, what is the probability that the selected student is female? So we know that there are 65 females out of 129 total. So it's going to be 65 out of 129 or 0.5 or 50%. What is the conditional probability that the selected student is female given that the student is at least 35 years old? So we're only going to be looking at students that are at least 35 years old. And of those 17 total students, 8 of them are female. So we can say that the probability is going to be 8 out of 17 or 0.47 or 47%.